Welcome to this episode of Mommy Talk Tuesday. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Tiffany Borders, and I am the Mommy Special Needs Strategist. I'm here to educate, motivate, and equip mothers to just do what they need to do, get the tools that they need so that they can effectively care for their special needs child's day-to-day activities, their care. So come on in the room, go ahead and like and share the broadcast. Sharing is caring. We are here on this earth to help other people, and if just clicking the share button will change someone's life, go ahead and share the broadcast, because that's what we're here to do. Now, you saw the title. Are your habits making or breaking your day? Now, habits. Exactly what are habits? Habits is a settled or regular tendency or practice, especially one that is hard to give up. So that's what the dictionary says a habit is. One more time. A settled or regular tendency or practice, especially one that is hard to give up. So habits are your regular tendencies helping your day, or are they destroying your day? So let's talk about habits. Habits have the ability to control what happens or how our life is manifest. So if we have really bad habits, and we'll get into what bad habits are and things like that, but if you have bad habits, then the things that manifest in your life, the things that happen in your life have the tendency of being negative. They have those bad habits have a negative impact on your life, and the adverse goes with positive. When you have really good habits, positive things happen, things move for you. Now, I'm not saying just because you have all these great habits that everything is going to work out perfect for you. Everything is going to be fine. And if you have a few bad habits, that your life is doomed. Nope, that's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is we're talking about habits today. What type of habits do you have, and what habits do you need to cut out? So today we're talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly of your daily habits while caring for your special needs child. So what are some good habits? One of the main good habits I want to talk about today is scheduling and planning. And why is that such a good habit? Well, first of all, scheduling and planning is like a roadmap. When you have a plan, when you sit down and schedule your day, or when you schedule your month, it's like a roadmap of what is going to happen next. So you have this roadmap of, like, we use GPS in our phone to help us navigate and get to where we need to go. We're trying to get to a destination. We're trying to figure out, how do I get to that restaurant? How do I get, out of town to that theme park? We use a map in our phone, or I haven't seen a paper map in a while, but hey, some people may still use those. But we use maps to get to where we're going. Thank you guys for coming in. Go ahead and like and share the broadcast if something is said here that you feel someone else needs to hear. So why not plan your day, plan your week, your month, even your year? There are some things that you can plan for a year, like a vacation or an event, an outing, whatever the case may be. Planning is just another roadmap. Well, I'm not going to say just another, because it kind of sounds small, right? Planning is not a small thing. I've always heard that if you fail to plan, you've planned to fail. So if you're not planning, your day is already headed downhill, because you've planned to just fail at the day already. So if you don't have a plan set for your day, things are going to be missed. You don't have somewhere to check off, what got done, or even know if you have enough, time in the day to stick, well, not enough of you, and we all got the same time. If you can put certain items on your day, like if you don't have a plan, you'll say, I'm going to do this, and that. But guess what? You don't know how long it's going to take to do those things. You're not calculating in how much time it's going to take to get to that place, take care of that appointment, and get back home to start the next activity, because you didn't plan it out. All you said is, well, on Monday, I'm going to go ahead and do X, Y, Z and this, that, and everything else. And then you find yourself not able to get it all done. So planning and scheduling is a really good habit to have. And how does that come into the retrospect of having a special needs child? Well, we need to plan our kiddos' medical necessities. And what are medical necessities? For me, for my special needs child, we have to do catheters up to 5 to 6 times a day, or depending on her intake, how much liquid she takes in. So this is something that is automatically in my schedule. So guess what? I need to make sure I have that information set in my schedule. Like, I know every 2 to 3 hours or so, I'm going to have to make sure I cath her. So I need to have a plan set. I can't throw other things in that time period, because I know that's something that needs to be done. I need to schedule some me time. When you are a mom of a special needs child, there's a lot going on. There's a lot that we have to do. And, you kind of need to take some time out to just, you need a little bit of me time. And I don't care what that me time is. It could just be running to Target and taking a walk around Target, or going to the park, or whatever may have you. But you need to schedule that in. And it might sound crazy to schedule in some time to walk around Target, but I'm telling you, it's needed. It's definitely needed. What else you need to schedule? Scheduling appointments, or scheduling the actual appointment for your kiddo, or scheduling in some time to go to those appointments. So both. You need to have time to make those phone calls, to schedule those appointments. And why do I need to set time to make a phone call? Well, because you need to make sure you're understanding the appointment that your child is going to. You need to make sure you put that time on your calendar. Went right back to planning, right? You need to put that time on your calendar so that you'll know, on this day, my child has to go to this appointment, and it's this far away, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. But you need to plan it, because if you don't schedule that time to sit down and make that call, you're going to forget about the appointment. You're going to be late, might not even go, or you're going to get that call the night before, that automatic call that says, your child has an appointment at 8 a.m. tomorrow. And guess what? You already told yourself, oh, tomorrow I'm going to do this, that, because you didn't plan it. So planning is extremely important. Planning time to make appointments, and then planning time to actually go to those appointments. And when you plan time to go to appointments, it's the drive time there, the time it's going to take at the appointment, and then the drive time back or to the next activity. So planning is extremely important. And that's the number one good habit you should start today, is to sit down and make a plan. The number 2 good habit is to stick to it. You have to stick to the plan that you set. Now, I know that things happen. Things do occur during the day that will throw you off your plan. Maybe something has to get thrown to the next day. That happens. That's life. We're here to just live life. That happens. But it's really important to try your hardest to stick with your plan. And I'm telling you, I'm not just talking to you all. I'm talking to me as well. I still at times have a bad habit at jumping into something that either A, wasn't in my schedule, or B, going over the time period because I'm like so, into what I'm doing. Case in point, today I've been working on my website, And I didn't want to stop, but I had to tell myself, okay, Tiffany, this is all the time you had. And I actually went over by like 10 minutes, and it's like, no, this is all the time you had. Your girls got to eat. You have to get homeschool ready. You got to get ready for Mommy Talk Tuesday. And had I not, sat back and said, Tiffany, stop, I would have gotten completely thrown off. And something would fall off, and that would have been my fault. That's not life. That's just me not sticking to my schedule. So that's the number 2 good habit to have, is sticking to that schedule. Stick to the roadmap that you have planned out for your life and for your kiddos, your special needs kiddos' life, so that things will run a lot more smoother for you all. Let's talk about some of those bad habits. What is a bad habit? One bad habit is playing comparison. And that's either with yourself and another mom, whether she's a mom of a special needs child or not, playing comparison. Oh, she does this great and I don't know how to do that. Or, she, I wish I could do that, or whatever. When you play comparison and you start to down the way that you do things, and start looking at other moms and what they do great, and looking at it as a negative for yourself, things like anxiety set in. You get frustrated with the process of the things that you're doing. And it's just not good. Now, I'm not saying don't notice. Definitely notice what another mom is doing and think about it in the way of, would that work for me? And if you think something that another mom is doing will work for you, then try it out. We're all different. When God created us, He created us differently on purpose, and if there's things that we could start to do that is just like someone else, and that would work for you in your household, then by all means try it out. But don't be down on yourself by comparing yourself and how you are and the things that you do versus what she's doing, because it's not good for anybody. And the thing about it is, she may be doing things in a certain way because she was taught to do that, or because she was around someone else who showed her how to do the things that she's doing. There's nothing new under the sun here. You were just in a place where no one taught you how to do something as great as the next person. So if you see something that another mom is doing and it works, by all means implement it. Even ask her, how did you get your child to do that? Or how do you not blah, 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 whatever the case may be. Ask the questions, but don't down yourself, because yes, you'll get frustrated and irritated, and that's not good for you, because guess what? At that point in time, you're sitting here soaking on that crap, and now you're not sticking with your roadmap because you're over here in feeling sorry for yourself lane. You don't have time for that. You have to keep moving. If you see something that's not working for you, make a change. Figure out, okay, I'm gonna try what she's doing and keep it moving. But don't be down on yourself for the things that you're doing. And quite frankly, sometimes we compare the things that we do that another mom don't do, and quite frankly, it could be working for our house. It just looks good for her and her family. But what we're doing is actually working anyway. We just look on the outside and think things are just so much better, but what you have going on is working, so just the comparison just don't work for you. And also comparing, your child with another child of a special need, and that's more catered to a child who particularly have the same type of condition or diagnosis as your child. And just remember, it's just a condition or diagnosis. They're not the same person. So none of our children are going to be the same, whether the doctors, I don't care if my child's diagnosis is the exact same as another child's, I know that they're not going to have the same experiences. So comparing the things that your child have going on with what another child has going on is not a good habit. Jump out of that. Congratulate that other child if it's something that you guys are working towards, and then figure out, how can we get there? Are we doing everything that we need to do? Just reassess what you all have going on, but don't down what you have going on in your particular situation, because everyone's roadmap, everyone get to their destination on their own, at their own pace, on their own roadmap. So do not compare your child with another child. It doesn't serve you, and it doesn't serve your child, because the way you feel with that whole comparison could then, those emotions and the way that you feel could then come off or spill off onto how you handle your child. Now I'm going to say that again. When you are in a space where you're playing comparison about another child and the progress that that child has made, the way that you feel or react towards your child, those emotions will spill off onto your child. Not intentionally, it could just happen. So it doesn't serve anyone at all. So that's another bad habit. Now, I'm going to go back to that scheduling that I was talking about, the good habit. And I'm going to tell you why not scheduling would be a bad habit, not sticking to the schedule that you create, or just not scheduling at all. Why is it a bad habit not to do that? The number one thing for me is the medical necessities could cause more problems. If you are not scheduling in and reminding yourself of all of the medical necessities that your child need, it could lead to bigger problems for you and your special needs kiddo. And no one wants that. That's not good for anyone. It's not going to serve anybody. So that's my number one reason why not scheduling is a bad habit. Now also, not having your roadmap, things aren't getting done as far as other things besides the medical necessities. Appointments are being missed because you're not putting them on your schedule. Things like that will happen if you don't schedule. So it's a really bad habit not to. Let's talk about the ugly habits. Now, I talked about this before. The number one ugly habit is talking down about another mother. I can't stop talking about that enough. Talking down about another mother, or mommy shaming. I talked about that, I believe, 2 weeks ago, so go and check it out. Mommy shaming is a big no-no. It should not exist. We need to be here to uplift one another, period. We are here to help each other out. It is an extremely ugly habit to think that it's okay to talk negatively about the way another mother is raising her children. Completely wrong. As moms, we need each other. Mommies need a tribe. We need someone to talk to. We need someone to just, release with. And when things go wrong with moms, the first thing people want to do is bash her, and I don't like it. I don't like mommy shaming, and it just shouldn't exist. So that is a really ugly habit. It's not a bad habit. It's ugly. It is ugly. It is an ugly habit, and it does not need to exist. Get your habits in order. If you want the day to progress and to move, get your habits in order. That is Mommy Talk Tuesday for today. There is a mother out there who is raising a special needs child, who need this information, and all it would take is a quick click of a button. That's why we're here, to help other people. So if you want to know more about Uplifting Ability and what we do at Uplifting Ability, go ahead and check out my website, upliftingability.com. And I'll catch you guys again on the next episode of Mommy Talk Tuesday.